Grandpa Bob, guess where I went this week?
I couldn't guess. You've been so many places.
I went to the Jackson Zoo.
The Jackson Zoo.
I did.
How was it?
It was wonderful. I had a great time.
What all did you do?
Oh, we looked at all the animals and some of the zookeepers actually talked to us. As a matter of fact, there's a video on Facebook, if you missed it, that came out this week with clips of me at the zoo.
And you didn't end up in a cage?
They let me go.
Oh,
They decided
good.
the library was a better place for me. Well, I'm going to do a zoo story time this morning on this video. Do you want to join us?
I not only want to join you, I want to feed some of the monkeys.
Oh,
I brought some nuts.
quit monkeying around, Grandpa Bob.
I have to.
I know you do. You always do. We better get started before we get in any more trouble.
Alrighty, let's go.
Well, have a seat. Have you got a book? You know we always start with a book. It opens and closes like a book. Let's do it. The more we read together, 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 the more we read together, the happier we'll be. Read big books and small books and short books and tall books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. Let's do that one more time. The more we read together, 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 the more we read together, the happier we'll be. Read big books and small books and short books and tall books. The more we read together, the happier we'll be. Great job! All right. You know, singing that song always makes me so hungry. And when it's hot outside, you just want a cool soup, like a cucumber soup or something like that that's nice and cool. Wait a minute. Is it a cucumber soup that I always like? What kind of soup is it? It's got letters. Alphabet soup. Oh my goodness, I can never remember that. Well, I need to do the song for alphabet soup. I do always remember that. So we rub our stomachs and we go alphabet soup, gee, it tastes swell. Alphabet soup, what does it spell? Let's try that again. Alphabet soup, gee, it tastes swell. Alphabet soup, what does it spell? Well, let's find out. Our first letter, what's this letter, Grandma Lou?
Z.
Z, what's that sound like? Zzz. Oh, yeah. How about this one?
O.
Oh, what's that sound like?
O.
Oh, it sounds like ah, that's right. Or the long O sound, doesn't it? Okay, and we've got another.
O.
Oh, and if you put that together, what does that spell?
Zoo.
Zoo, that's right. Well, we're going to be reading some stories about the zoo and some zoo animals. Let's get started with our first book. Our first book today is called Zoo Day by Anne Rockwell. On a sunny Saturday, I go to the zoo with my mother, father, and sister Lucy. It's my very first time there. Lucy's too. My father buys a ticket for each of us and a bag of popcorn to share. While we look at the map, I can hear roars and howls, chitter-chatter, and songs, cries, and squawks. I hold my father's hand tightly because the roars make me a little nervous. Here's a map of the zoo. There's so many things that you can see. First, we go into the jungle house to say hello to the monkeys. When I went to the zoo the other day, they were swinging all over the place. It's so fun. Next, we visit the gorilla forest. The big gorilla comes right up to the window. She stares at me so hard, I feel like I'm in the zoo and she's the visitor. At the African plain, we find a mother elephant and her baby. The baby elephant sticks very close to its mother. There are funny-looking ostriches, zebras, and giraffes munching leaves off the trees. Inside the Grasslands building, I can see the big lion with the yellow mane. He looks sleepy and quiet, but all of a sudden he opens up his mouth and roars. It must be his nap time, Lucy says. I bet he's telling us to shush and let him sleep. Then we visit the reptile house. We see a giant boa constrictor and a tiny coral snake. The coral snake is very pretty, but very poisonous. There is a turtle swimming in a tank. Here's the boa constrictor, the coral snake, and the turtle. We walk along the shady path to where the polar bears live. Lucy loves polar bears. She has a big stuffed animal polar bear at home, and it's her favorite toy. We love to watch the polar bears in their underwater dance. We could watch them all day, but my father says it's almost time. Let's go. We hurry over to the big pond where the sea lions live. They're climbing on the rocks and sliding off. They have been barking and splashing and grunting. Lucy laughs. They sound just like Roxy. Roxy's our pet beagle. I laugh too. When the zookeeper comes to feed them, the sea lions gather around, barking even louder. She throws a shiny fish up in the air. A sea lion catches it and slaps his flipper on the rock. Another catches a fish and dives underwater. Now they're making me hungry, I tell my mom. Me too, she says. We sit at a picnic table and unpack our lunch. Just as soon as we finish, I hear a whistling sound. What's that, I wonder? I'm not sure what whistles at the zoo. We follow the sound of the birdhouse, but the birds aren't in cages. They are flying all over and all around us, but they don't fly out of the door. Lucy and I hold up small cups of nectar. A parrot stands on my shoulder and takes a sip. I wish I could bring him home, but we can't bring home any of the animals we've seen. The birds are so colorful. I saw lots of different types of birds at the Jackson Zoo. Just the same, Dad buys us 2 balloons, one with a polar bear for Lucy and one with a parrot for me to remember our day at the zoo. Well, that was fun hearing about all of the zoo animals. Now I want to test you with some riddles and see if you know your animals pretty well. Let me read to you a description of this first animal. They are big and they are gray, and their trunks swing and sway. What are they? Grandma Lou?
An elephant.
That's right, we've got an elephant. Okay, let's try another one. I'll bet a lot of the boys and girls got that one, Grandma Lou. How about bananas are their favorite things, and they like to chatter and like to swing. What are they?
I know.
What?
A monkey.
A monkey! That's right. We'll put him up there. Let's see. Okay, let's try another one. These animals bark and are colored brown. They have flippers and swim all around. Bark, but they swim. Any idea, Grandma Lou?
I can't think what that
It's a tricky one. Let me hold up the picture and see if they can guess.
Oh, I know now.
What?
The seal.
A seal, that's right. Have you ever heard a seal bark, Grandma Lou?
Never have.
Yeah, I have. At some of the little aquariums and things that we've been to. Let's see. They have necks that are long, long, long. If you guess a turtle, you are wrong, wrong, wrong. What are they? What has a long neck? Do you know, Grandma Lou?
I know.
What?
A giraffe.
A giraffe. That's right. There it is. Okay. Let's see what's next. They are sort of like a horse, except for their black and white stripes, of course. What are they? What has black and white stripes like a horse? Grandma Lou?
A zebra.
Zebra! Awesome. Okay. They are a kind of cat, but they have a mane and roar. Roar, like that. What are they?
A lion.
A lion. Very good. Okay, let's try another one. These birds can't fly and they look funny. They're black all over except for a white tummy. What are they?
Penguin.
Penguin! I think they're so cute. This makes me want to go back to the zoo and see all the animals. These animals like to hop around. A tummy pouch is where their babies can be found. What are they?
A Kangaroo.
Kangaroo, that's right. And I've got one more. This one's a little tricky. They don't come in just one color or style, but they all like to giggle, laugh, and smile. What are they?
That's tough.
That is a tough one. Let me show you. Children!
Oh.
They come to the zoo too. They like to come and watch. I hope you get a chance to go to the Jackson Zoo because it's a lot of fun. Our next book is called Ellie in Concert by Mike Wu. On a warm summer day, Ellie strolled through her home, past the hippo, the monkeys, and the rhino. The zoo was a lively place, and the animals were excited by all the visitors who had come to see them. Oh, look at all the noises. The hippo says, snort, snort, snort. The monkeys say, ooh, ooh, ooh. And the rhino says, grump, grump, grump. But Lucy did not look so excited. What's the matter? Ellie asked her friend. The zoo is so noisy. I can't sleep, cried Lucy. Ellie and Walt tried their best to help. Look, they have headphones, but nothing worked. Reading her a story. They're plugging her ears here. Can you guys keep it down, please? Ellie asked politely. But the hippo went snort, snort, snort. The monkey squealed, ooh, ooh, ooh. And the rhino grumbled, grump, grump, grump. All Ellie wanted to do was help her friend. Just then, a beautiful melody came through the trees. Ah, looks like birds singing. Betty Bluebird was singing a lullaby to her babies. That gave Ellie an idea. Ellie asked her friends to sing a tune like Betty. The hippo yelled, ah! The monkey screamed, wah! The rhino just went burp. It wasn't quite what she had in mind. Ellie returned to find Lucy exhausted. Don't worry, Lucy. We'll find you some peace and quiet, Ellie reassured her friend. Ellie knew just who to ask for help. Gerard played a record of an orchestra. There were lots of different instruments, but they sounded great together. With Gerard's help, Ellie organized the animal sounds into sections, just like an orchestra. She helped each animal find their tune. The hippo belted do, the monkey sang re, the rhino hummed me. When it got close to Lucy's bedtime, Ellie gathered all the animals near Betty's tree. Ellie conducted the animal orchestra as Betty swooped in, adding her uplifting melody. Can you conduct the orchestra? That's it. Beautiful sounds spread through the zoo. Chomp, squawk, snort, growl, roar, grump, honk. Even Walt played a part. Now this was music. Isn't this great, Lucy? Ellie asked. Lucy agreed. She was fast asleep. And so did Betty. And that's the end. Thinking about the zoo makes me so happy. Let's sing another song about the animals. If you're an elephant and you know it, raise your trunk. If you're an elephant and you know it, raise your trunk. If you're an elephant and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're an elephant and you know it, raise your trunk. If you're a monkey and you know it, scratch under your arms. If you're a monkey and you know it, scratch under your arms. If you're a monkey and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're a monkey and you know it, scratch under your arms. If you're a bird and you know it, flap your wings. If you're a bird and you know it, flap your wings. If you're a bird and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're a bird and you know it, flap your wings. If you're a giraffe and you know it, stretch your neck. If you're a giraffe and you know it, stretch your neck. If you're a giraffe and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're a giraffe and you know it, stretch your neck. Great job, everybody. You were all very good at riddles about animals. Now I'm wondering how well you can recognize the sound of an animal. Let me try some sounds and let's see if you can recognize it. Listen to this one. Ooh, let me play that one more time. Any guesses on what that is? Grandma Lou?
I think I know.
What?
The lion.
That's right. Look, it's a lion. Let's try another one. That's unusual.
Is that a cow?
That is an ostrich.
An ostrich. I never heard an ostrich before.
I don't think I have either. Let's see what else we can find. All right, let's try this one.
An elephant?
Good guess. That is a rhinoceros.
A rhinoceros. Oh my.
These are tricky. How about this one?
Sounds like a cat.
That one has a long trunk.
An elephant.
Yes. There he is. That's an elephant.
I never heard an elephant before.
All right, let's see here. Oh, this one should be funny. And that's even a clue.
A laughing hyena.
That's right. There's the hyena.
Hyena.
How about this one?
It's got to be a cow.
That is a camel.
Oh no.
These are tricky, but they're a lot of fun. Our last book is called Grumpy Monkey by Suzanne Lang. This is a New York Times bestseller. Let's hear the story. One wonderful day, Chimpanzee woke to discover that nothing was right. The sun was too bright, the sky was too blue, and the bananas were too sweet. Jim was confused. What's going on? Maybe you're grumpy, suggested Norman from next door. I'm not grumpy, Jim insisted. On his walk, he met Marabou. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Marabou. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Marabou. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. But look at how you're standing, Marabou said. It's true, said Norman. You're all hunched. So Jim loosened up. Then he ran into Lemur. Jim's grumpy, Norman told Lemur. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked Lemur. It's such a wonderful day. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Your eyebrows look grumpy, said Lemur. It's true, said Norman. They're all bunched up. So Jim raised his brow. Then he tripped over Snake. Oh no, said Norman. That's the last thing you need when you're feeling so grumpy. Grumpy? Me? I'm not grumpy, said Jim. Then why that frown, said Snake. I think it's because he tripped over you, Norman whispered to Snake. So Jim put on a smile. I like his big smile, don't you? He's cute. Finally, Jim looked happy, but he didn't feel happy inside. Everyone wanted Jim to enjoy this wonderful day. You should sing with us, said the birds. Jim didn't feel like singing. You should swing with us, said the monkeys. Jim didn't feel like swinging. You should roll with us, said the zebras. Jim didn't feel like rolling. You should stroll with us, said the peacocks. Jim didn't feel like strolling. You should lie on the grass. You should stomp your feet. They're coming up with all kinds of suggestions. You should take a bath and make a splash. You should hug someone. You should laugh. You should eat old meat or some honey. You should jump up and down. You should sit in the sun. You should dance. But Jim didn't feel like doing any of that. Why are you grumpy, Jim? Asked the others. It's such a wonderful day. I'm not grumpy, shouted Jim as he beat his chest. And he stormed off. Jim felt sorry, a little sorry for shouting at everyone, but mostly sorry for himself. I guess I am grumpy, Jim sighed. And just as he was starting to feel really sad, he came upon Norman. Norman was slumped, his eyebrows were bunched up, and he was frowning. What's the matter? Are you grumpy? Asked Jim. No, I danced with porcupines, said Norman. Oh dear, he does have a problem, doesn't he? He's got some porcupine needles in there. Are you okay? Asked Jim. It hurts, but I'll probably feel better soon enough, said Norman. Are you still grumpy? Yes, said Jim, but I'll probably feel better soon enough too. For now, I need to be grumpy. It's a wonderful day to be grumpy, said Norman. Jim agreed. And he already felt a little better. And that's the end. I love that book about the grumpy monkey. Now, let's do a song about monkeys. Have you got your monkeys? It goes like this. Two little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. The mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Hey, wait a minute. Look who I have here. I've got some monkeys that want to do this with us. Can you hold up your fists like monkeys? It goes like this. Two little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. The mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Great job, guys. Give yourselves a hand. The last thing that we're going to do for story time is a craft. Let me show you the zoo craft that I made. I put this on cardstock because you need a sturdy paper. You can draw an animal and then take a long piece of yarn. I cut slits. They were 1 inch apart, and I did it on the top and the bottom of the cardstock. And then I taped the yarn onto, I started it and taped the yarn here and just threaded it right through. When I made the 1 inches apart, I just took a ruler and measured it and marked the lines down on the back. And then I taped it all in the back to be secure, and it looks like my zebra is in the zoo. I would love to see a picture of the animals that you make. You can always email it to me at bowen@mcls.ms. Thanks for coming to Storytime.